What's up, everybody? M.V.K here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing out there? Know I'm a little late, but better late than never. And I hope everybody had a very happy holiday, if you celebrate the holiday. Uh, so this week I'm giving you my thoughts on episode 3 of this week's episode of The Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, I know there are a lot of guys out there and people that are not really on board with this show. They feel that it's disrespectful to the legacy of Spider-Man. It's not a true sequel or successor to Spectacular Spider-Man. I get that. Yes, I do. I understand that. But then there are some people that are mixed about it. And then there are some people that are like, it's fun. It's good, wholesome fun. It takes a different take of our favorite webhead. Good. So I'm doing these thoughts, giving my thoughts of the show, of each episode, for those people, mainly. I'm in that kind of cusp of it's fun, it's interesting, it's a different take. Okay. So, episode 3 was entitled Doomed. And so we all should have known who was going to be in this episode. So basically, the concept of this show, and I'm just going to give the synopsis of the episode, what happens, and then basically my thoughts. Alright, so it seems that since Luke Cage, White Tiger, Nova, and Iron Fist are now with, Incognito as students at Midtown High, they're really starting to integrate with Peter's friends and stuff like that, especially MJ, especially Sam Alexander, aka Nova. And in a way, Peter feels that he's kind of stepping over his boundaries. They're stepping over their boundaries. When he's at school, that's his time to be with his friends, and not be Spider-Man. And so there's kind of this bitter rivalry between Nova and Spider-Man, and they have it out when they're training at S.H.I.E.L.D. Basically, afterwards, they they kind of ruined the training session because it wasn't supposed to be what they thought it was. Nova was like, I bet you I can destroy more robots than you can, and once again, it had that Scott Pilgrim-ish feel to it, and Nick Fury describes to him that that's not what we were supposed to do. You were supposed to avoid the robots. However, because of the damage they caused, the whole team has to clean up the mess. And they feel that Nick Fury's not taking them seriously, so they feel that they need to prove themselves by taking out or capturing one of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s #1 criminals. So who do they go to take down? Is none other than S.H.I.E.L.D.'s #1 on the list, Victor Von Doom. So they travel to Latveria to track Doom down. And there's a good action scene between Doom and the four. I thought that was really done very well. Doom was his maniacal self, very, in your face. When he's on screen, you pay attention to him, respect Doom. He's one of my favorite villains, so I couldn't say, okay, oh, that's stupid. But it was good. However, they are able to capture Doom, what they think they captured. However, it turns out it was all a plan by Doom. They captured him, took him back to the helicarrier. He and his Doom bots cause havoc on the ship and nearly bring the helicarrier down. Basically, the team has to work together to stop it, put their differences aside, and save the helicopter from crashing into Manhattan. And they're able to do that. But what we found out is that the Doom that they captured was not actually Dr. Doom. It was one of his familiar Doom bots. And there was a big size, a medium size, small size, but it was fun. Nonetheless. The concept of the comedy, guys, yeah, there was still a lot of comedy and humor in this episode. Not gonna lie about that. There were times uh, that, like for example, when Spidey took Doom and flew back to her, we see Nova banging on the window, and he had like a crying face to it, and like a baby sound was coming out of it. I get that, guys. Yes, there was some crying, but I thought they did Doom pretty much good justice. Because at the end of the episode, Doom was like, "Yeah, I scouted you. I did more than just what you thought was just a sinister plan. He was scouting them, seeing their weaknesses, their strengths, everything. So if they ever came back to Latveria, he'd be seriously ready for them. And that's Doom to a T. That's exactly how Doom is. And I thought that was fun. I thought that was really fun. It was a fun episode. It really was. I'm not going to lie and say it was bad or just because they amped up the humor. But I will agree, guys, on some. I will agree with some of the people that that have talked to me about the show. I do believe that yes, there has got to come some episodes where they got to tone that down a lot, because if it's gonna be just like that, then that'll sway a lot of people from it. But if they tone it down on some very good episodes that are not supposed to be funny and logic and things like that, you might have a good blend of humor and action. But like I said, the action scene in this episode was very entertaining, between Doom and the gang. Iron Fist actually shined a little bit more in this episode, which I was very happy to see. Instead of just being kind of in there, Nova shined pretty well. I'm hoping that we see more of episodes that are, in a way, spotlighted on the other cast and not just Peter. I thought it was really funny that MJ kept calling Peter during the fight, and Peter was like, "Not now, MJ," and I thought that was funny. Yes, guys, I laughed at some stuff. I thought it was funny. I'm not gonna lie. But as always, that's why I do these. I do these for those people out there that like the show, and those who are still on the cuff of the show. That's all I can say. But what did you think of episode 3 entitled Doomed? Did you think Doom was done pretty well? Now, don't really compare him to the Doctor Doom we saw in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, because I don't think it came that close. But I thought it was very well done. If you're like me and look at Doom as your number one favorite villain, you tell me what you thought of it. But other than that, guys, I thank all those who listen and like the episode and everything like that. And this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned. As always, y'all keep it real.